Beneath the quiet slopes of a sleeping volcano, a sound once echoed through the rock, the deep metallic rhythm of drills pounding into the earth. The locals called it the heart of the mountain. But one day, the heart stopped beating. This is the story of a place erased from the map, a mine that collapsed and took with it more than just stone. It took people, truth, and maybe the conscience of an industry we all depend on. They call it Kara 9. A tunnel deep under Mount Isoba, a remote region where the mist never clears, and the roads are more rumor than route. In the spring of 2019, Kara 9 was one of the world's quiet suppliers of rare earths, those invisible metals that make our phones vibrate, our cars run, our satellites sing. Neodymium, dysprosium, lanthanum, names that sound ancient, almost biblical, yet they are the lifeblood of our modern age. When the collapse happened, the company called it a geological event, a freak shift in the volcanic rock. But the people of Isoba remember something different. They remember the ground trembling for days before. They remember trucks leaving at midnight, carrying something heavy, heavier than ore, they say. And they remember that 21 miners went down that morning, but only 12 came back. The official report says the rest are missing. No bodies, no memorials, just names, quietly removed from payroll. Months after, an independent geologist named Dr. Amani Ayaru arrived in the region. He found layers of freshly reinforced concrete sealing the lower shafts. Behind them, sensors that weren't part of the original design. He said, it looked less like a collapse and more like a cover. When he tried to access company data, he was told the mine had changed ownership, sold to a shell company registered in Luxembourg, which itself was owned by another in Singapore and another further east. Each layer erased the last, until the paper trail simply disappeared into silence. But the real story wasn't just underground. It was global. Within months of the collapse, a surge appeared in the rare earth market, particularly in a metal called terbium. Small shipments began appearing from unverified sources, routed through middlemen in Central Africa and Southeast Asia. The quantities matched what Kara 9 had once produced, almost to the kilogram. And so the question grew louder. Did the mine collapse naturally? Or was it shut down deliberately, buried to hide something much darker? One former engineer, voice distorted in an interview, said, "We found radiation levels near one of the veins, levels that shouldn't exist in a civilian mine." Another worker claimed the company had been extracting not just rare earths, but a classified compound used in advanced weapon sensors. Then, 3 days after speaking out, he vanished. His home empty, phone disconnected, no police report filed. The government's silence was deafening. Meanwhile, the company released a press statement: "Safety and sustainability remain our top priorities." It was followed by an aerial photo of green hills and blue skies. But those who live nearby say nothing grows there anymore. When I visited Isoba last year, the air still carried a faint metallic taste, as if the earth was breathing secrets it wasn't meant to. An old miner, face marked with dust and years, told me, "The volcano didn't kill them. The money did." He looked at the mountain as he said it, not with anger, but something closer to sorrow. Because this story isn't just about a company, or a mine, or even a collapse. It's about a chain of need that begins deep underground and ends in our hands. Every glowing screen, every electric car, every satellite, it all depends on elements torn from places like Kara 9. Places where the earth gives, but the people lose. Sometimes we imagine that modern life is clean, efficient, digital, weightless. But beneath every bright pixel lies a shadow. A hole in the ground. A name erased. Maybe the Dark Volcano was never asleep. Maybe it was watching, waiting for us to listen. And as the world races toward the next wave of technology, the same hunger that once devoured Kara 9 is still digging deeper, faster, quieter. We rarely ask where it all comes from, We just hold the phone, turn on the car, and move on. But somewhere, under another mountain, another heart is beating. And one day, it too might stop.